We now return to Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall. So it looks like these parts... I'm actually going to get a look in some of these. I have a feeling that as soon as I open that, we're going to trigger the next part, and it is going to have something to do with unlocking these doors. Or I could be completely wrong. Alright, there's you. And it looks like all the cover in the world. That looks like one big door. Could very easily be people coming in from that side too. And there. Alright, let's do this. The old man behind the glass works feverishly at his console, glancing up at you when he can. A cigarette dangles from his mouth, its bluish smoke curling around his head. An overflowing ashtray sits on the lab table in front of him. The years have not been kind, but his features are instantly recognizable. Despite his age, he still has the strong chin and high cheekbones that you remember from Green Winter's DVD. This is Dr. Adrian Vauclair. As you approach, he stops what he's doing, a look of intense irritation on his face. He clears his throat, and a harsh, rasping sound emerges from the loudspeaker next to the glass. So you're the Shadowrunners Audrin warned me about. I assume there's a trail of corpses in your wake. And you must be Dr. Vauclair. That's right. I don't know why you insist on interfering with my work, but I assure you that's over now. He reaches down and flips a switch. You hear a loud thud and a click behind you as the door locks shut. You'll find that the blast door behind you is sealed, and the laboratory you occupy is fully secured. An important precaution, as we keep our test subjects in there, and they are far more dangerous than you. You will remain trapped in there for your own good, so you can do no further harm. Let us out of here, Vauclair. We need to talk. I believe I can hear you well enough from this side of the glass. Now, I want to know why in hell you've so violently interjected yourself into my business. First, you break into my estate, which you didn't even know was mine, apparently. Then you spend what I imagine must have been a small fortune to track me down. And finally, you locate my AI, destroy it, drive all the way to the countryside, and shoot your way into my laboratory. So I have to ask you, Shadowrunner, who are you, and why in God's name are you here? We came to find you, to help us stop Firewing. Except the Firewing wasn't the one after us after all. It was you all along, wasn't it? To help you stop Firewing. That is ironic. But yes, you are correct. I am the one who has been hunting you, the one who sent Apex and Audrin after you. You bastard. Why attack the Kreutz Bazaar? Why kill Paul Ansel? It was necessary to preserve the secrecy of my work, for the greater good of all. I know I have wronged you, and for this I am sorry. I don't expect you to understand, but I also do not have time to explain it to you. He straightens, glances back at the screen to his side, and nods curtly. Good. Things are progressing nicely. Now, I must know. How did you learn that I was still alive? How did you even know to look for me? Did someone send you? Your brother got us into this mess. He hired us to break into your estate. We pieced the rest together from his journals. My brother? Hermie? It's been years. Have you seen him? How is he? Well? Oh, you mean you didn't know? You killed him too, just like Paul and Monica. I didn't. He is suddenly overcome by another fit of coughing. He steadies himself on one arm of the chair. Apex. I should have never trusted that thing. God damn it. Oh, Hermie, the things I've sacrificed. All for this panacea. All for tonight. All for what, Vauclair? Tell us what's going to happen tonight. You owe Hermie that much. What's going to happen? Oh, yes, tonight. Tonight will be the end of dragons, not just Firewing, all dragons. All dragons? There are quite a few dragons out there, Doc. Powerful dragons. I don't think they'll support your plan. They won't have a choice in the matter. Valclair fumbles in his pockets, produces a fresh cigarette. The Firewing burned and murdered and caused untold damage in her bestial rage. Until the Dragonfall, until I stopped her. But that destruction was merely a symptom of a greater cancer. Firewing wrought destruction with fire and claw. The dragons of today, Lofwyr, Dunkelzan, the Ghostwalker, they kill and conquer with subtler tools, deception, manipulation, corruption. They use us as pawns, playing pieces, puppets in their millennia-long machinations. Oh yes, dragons are a cancer. One that will conquer, or worse, destroy all of humanity if we do not stop it. One that metastasized when the world awakened. An ironic metaphor, since it was the failing of my own body that allowed me to see it. Let me guess, you have cancer. I have leukemia, cancer of the blood, no doubt brought on by the radiation of the SOX. It was when I heard my doctor's diagnosis that I realized what I had to do, what my life's work would be in the time I had left. You have seemed to have lived for quite a long time. I'm sorry, Hermie. I'm sorry you won't be able to see it for yourself. I'm sorry I failed you. Tonight I will release my panacea to the world. And how absurd that the instrument of Dragonkind's destruction. He presses a button on the terminal, and a large observation window at the far end of the room rises slowly open. Will be carried by Firewing herself. Hooray! A dragon! I'm very glad to see this. I'll tell you why later. Through the glass you see the prostrate form of a dragon far below. An enormous set of shackles binds it, and a maze of tubes snakes into its body. The tubes connect to a cruel-looking apparatus that has been mounted to the wall. Son of a bitch, look at that. He found the Firewing alive in the SOX after all. Tonight the Firewing will fly again. Infected with panacea, she will slowly be destroyed from within. But before that happens, she will provide the catalyst for global transmission of the virus. As if spurred on by the sight of the dragon below, he begins typing furiously at the terminal. Firewing's fire carries the agent, the panacea, in its dormant state. Any metahumans exposed to her fire will become carriers, will spread the disease to other dragons, but they will be unharmed. When a critical mass of carriers is achieved, my panacea will become unstoppable. It will spread across the globe in a relentless tide. However, if it does not reach this critical mass, it will fizzle, die out, become inert. Hence the need for a ground zero, a flashpoint for a mass infection event. I'm sorry, Hermie. I know how you loved your flux state, but that doesn't matter now. It must be Berlin. So to save the world, you need to kill thousands? For panacea to work, Berlin must burn. A sacrifice, one for the greater good. Firewing will breathe her infected fire upon Berlin. Thousands will die, and the virus will take to the air in the destruction. A critical mass of Berlin's metahuman population will be exposed, but no one will even think to quarantine the city until it's too late. The flux state lacks any centralized authority. Corporations will evacuate their own. Thousands will flee the city, infected. Oh yes, Hermie. Berlin is the perfect flashpoint. Wasn't supposed to be tonight, no, but this little intervention of yours leaves us no choice. So let us see. Tonight's wind patterns dictates that Ground Zero be this highly populated place. It's only a few kilometers from here. Kreuzbazaar. My favorite cafe's in the Kreuzbazaar. Look, you're crazy, and we're probably all going to die, but we are not letting you get away with this. Nonsense. You are sealed tight in that laboratory, impotent to stop me. I'm so sorry, but this sacrifice can't be helped. The old man eyes the cigarette butt in his hand, fishes out another from the pack and lights it with the first. You sure you got your cancer from the SOX? Then he returns to his console, reaching to the side for a microphone. He mutters something into the receiver. You can just barely make out the sound of the name Audrun. Security will be here soon. They will take care of you. I do not wish to die. There will be enough of that tonight. Not if I can help it. You launch yourself at the window, your shoulder slamming into the hard surface with a heavy thud. Despite your best efforts, the window does not budge. Now, had I not been provided with that option, I would have assumed that it was very strong glass. However, it gave me, multiple times, the options to break the glass and fire upon him. Apparently just to make me look like an asshole. You will note that the window between us is made of transplast, quite unbreakable by any force or weaponry you possess. And all of this was worth killing your own brother for. No, nothing can make that right. Nothing. Damn it, Hermie, why couldn't you just let me go? I don't even know why we're trying to talk him down, because clearly we're going to have this final fight. Listen to reason. Would Hermie want you to do this? You did not know my brother, Shadowrunner. Do not presume to speak to me on his behalf. Hermie would support me in this, if he knew what I know. This changes nothing. As I said, my brother's death only strengthens my resolve. Were I to stop now, his loss would be in vain. Berlin must be sacrificed. You don't burn a city and call it a sacrifice. You call it what it is, mass murder. Says the guy who brought down a building on a bunch of people. Was it mass murder when America dropped the atomic bomb on Japan? The myopic would say yes, just as you are now. But they did it for a cause, to shorten the agony of war, to save the lives of thousands upon thousands of soldiers. A complete and utter lie. I do the same for the good of the world. I wish I could click on that one. I'm not buying it, Doc. Ending a war and exterminating an entire intelligent species are two very different things. Don't be so self-righteous. We drive new species to extinction every single year on this planet. Dragons, at least, we have cause to destroy. Humanity was born to reproduce, to multiply, but dragons were born to acquire, to accumulate, to hoard. Both strive to bend the world to their will. Humanity has conquered the air, land, and sea through sheer numbers. Dragons, however, employ different means altogether. Throughout history, they have allowed us to do the heavy lifting, while they pull the strings. There are 17 great dragons in the world today, 17 ancient worms, millennia old, slowly dividing the planet into 17 piles of gold to nest upon, in front of our eyes. Once upon a time, they burned castles to steal the treasure we collected, laid waste to entire armies. But here in the sixth world, it is no longer about tooth and claw and fiery breath. Now it's public relations, marketing, mergers and acquisitions. You see it every day. Dragons on the Tritio, in the boardrooms. They gather influence, wealth, power, continually hoarding until one of them sits atop it all. You're just pissed because one of them got your job and your company. Perhaps not in this cycle of the world, perhaps not the next, but one day one worm will stand alone, triumphant, with all of humanity as its cattle, with all the world as its prize, and that I will not allow. Look, ignoring the rest of this insane plan, how are you going to get the Firewing to go along with it? Oh, that's simple enough. He gestures to his left. She has no choice. The gaunt woman in the containment cell stands rigidly, her face pressed against the glass, her haunted yellow eyes tracking your every move. She appears frightened, disoriented, lost. Her mouth moves silently, her voice muted by her glass cage. So the stories Green Winters found were true. Firewing's astral form was separated from her body when she fell. You trapped her somehow. I called this. Yes, but that was later. In 2012, we took down Firewing with an experimental weapon. This weapon, suffice it to say, I couldn't predict how it would affect her. In 2036, I led a search team into the SOX. I had to know what had happened to her. We found her alive, in a way. Apparently, the dragon's astral form had been ripped from her body by the weapon. It was trapped inside a young woman living in the SOX. A mob of glowpunks revered her, treated her like a goddess. I transported the young woman and the dragon's body here, where I could study them. You mean she's been in that cell for almost 20 years? No choice. A creature separated from its astral form cannot live more than a few hours before both die. It was the high-intensity radiation of the SOX combined with the magical creature inside her that allowed the woman to live as long as she did. So, the environment within her containment chamber mirrors that of the SOX. It has allowed us to keep Firewing alive all these years, while her bestial shell remains chained up below. Now, as for her body, that will be simple as well. We've drilled a series of electrical charges directly into her skull. When we release her dragon body, empty of its astral form, we will trigger all the vicious instincts and primal urges left in her reptile brain. She will unleash her fire where we command it. If that's the case, why couldn't you just have it shoot its fire up into the air or go burn a forest or something that didn't require burning a city to release all of this virus into the air? I mean, it seems to me like this is a really convoluted way of getting this accomplished. I'd go insane if I was trapped like that for 20 years. Misplaced empathy. That beast blazed a path of fiery destruction across Germany. But no matter. I have more important things to do than to debate the morality of this with you. Firewing must fly. Berlin must be sacrificed, and it must be tonight. Now, where is that damned Aldrin? I've heard enough of this. You're nuts. There has to be a better way, Valclair. There has to be. Yes, I just rattled off a very short list of more effective ways of doing this. I am a man of science, Shadowrunner. Not very good science, apparently. A better path may exist, but I do not know what it is. I wish I didn't have to sacrifice so many. I wish Hermie didn't have to die. But this solution is here, now, in my hands, and I choose to take it. Okay. He's on the inside. Ah, Aldrin, good. It's about time you showed up. He's part of the cult, though. We're about to see a double cross. Sorry, Doc. We were waking up the dragon's physical form. It required some care. But the procedure is ready to begin now. You should see to it. The orc sneers at you from behind the glass, his scarred features writhing in the dancing light of Valclair's monitor. Looks like you trapped the thugs who were attacking the manor. Yes, they won't be a problem any longer, but with Apex gone, our security is still compromised. We'd best still hurry. Oh, and Aldrin, don't forget to clean the containment unit afterwards. The virus will kill Firewing along with the rest, and when it does, her astral form will perish as well, human host or no. We're going to stop you, Valclair. We'll find a way, and we'll make it painful. Quiet! Everything's ready in the chamber, Dr. Valclair. I think you should start the procedure yourself. Yes, my friend. It is time, Hermie. Let's do some good. I will begin the infusion process. Aldrin, please make sure our guests here are securely locked away before you come down. I am sorry, Haswell. Sorry for your friend Paul Amsel. Sorry for Miss Schaefer. Sorry for the Kreuzbazaar. Sorry for Berlin. I wish there were another way. An elaborate plan to destroy an entire species. A massive underground fortress with an army of mercenaries. You sound just like a dragon, Doc. And what do you presume to know of dragons? I have spent my entire life studying them. Then you should see my point. You're acting like a dragon. Perhaps. Perhaps I am. But for one difference, I am a man. I am finite. A man can gather power, wield it for his lifetime, but nothing more. His work will fade, lost to the inevitable entropy that decays all. Oh, he may create a dynasty that will stand for a time, but his dust will not reap its benefit. Dragons. Dragons are immortal. Time means little to them. What they will, and no power can truly stop them unless it is death itself. War, plague, famine, natural disaster, setbacks, merely setbacks, avarice eternal. No, Shadowrunner, I am not a dragon, no more than you are. Valclair looks down for a moment, then turns and exits the room. You should have double-crossed him, you bastard. Audrun turns to stare at you through the glass. Hi again. Long time. How's Amsel doing? That hole in his brain pan heal up okay? If I were you, I would run, little orc. When we catch up to you, your armor won't save you. Afraid that's not gonna happen. This lab's locked down tight like the doc said. The test subjects they keep in there don't play well with others. Dangerous, nasty things. And they don't smell great either. But you'll see for yourself in a second. Test subjects? Yep. The doctor didn't want to stress the dragon system too badly, so he collected some research specimens with similar genetic expressions. You'll see. Listen, I gotta go. Have fun with the test subjects while I'm gone. If you're still alive when I get back, I'll put a bullet in you or something. I saw that. That's a med kit. Basilisks? So those haven't opened up, but I feel like they will. Would they really go to that much trouble to make a huge, elaborate... I don't think I need to pick that up. Map just for looks? Entirely possible, I suppose. Okay. Well, I imagine there's going to be more than one of these. A fire drake, that's what it is. So... who needs this? I think I'd better give you this. Okay. You... I mean, I could do this anyway. I'm putting you into cover, though. I'm also switching your weapon. That doesn't do a... well, it actually does a fair amount. I mean, for Dragonkin. Better turn this on. That counts as one. Okay. Now, 70%. I think. Goody goody. I better get into cover. That looks like a blast waiting to happen there, actually. 93%, Iger. In that case, I think I better put you there. And, I feel like I should probably stand on a magic point, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'll get you into cover. And I can... no, there's another one. So there's probably 3 then. Yeah, I saw that coming. 1, 2, there's probably a 3rd one right there. Would there be more here, though? That leads to the dragon. Ah, there's going to be 2 more up there. Okay. So we got to do this in a rather short amount of time. Damn it! Would you fucking kill this? There we go. We don't want to let these things get anywhere near me. I don't have sight on it? How can I not have sight on it? Oh, because I haven't switched over. Herpadur. And you missed. Fantastic. I need you into a better position. This is not a better position. That's 2 points as well. Clearly, though, I need to get into a position where I will have line of sight, so it's going to have to be here. Since I do not trust you, at least you got a critical on that. It's going to lower it even more. Let's try lowering its AP. Good. So maybe we'll make it skip a turn? That would be really useful. I'm gonna have to have you... You know what? You're not gonna do enough damage to do anything effectively, so... Let's give that to you. It's already coming from the back. Great. Okay. Put it down. There. Okay, you can't see it. So I have to get over here. You probably have no vision there either. I think I better get onto one of these points. But I'm not going to be able to see it. Hopefully it'll come around here, though. I'm putting a lot of faith on hopes and maybes, though. Hopes and maybes have not worked out for me whatsoever this game. So, I'm not going to do that, actually. I could still hit it from here, though. Or I could miss completely. You know, because it was 75%, but hey, whatever, right? Alright, you come into full cover here, then. And you can't see it, of course. What? What was that about? Ah. Second one coming in. That's okay. We are doing this. Don't fucking miss. Okay. I guess I can see straight through that for whatever reason. Same here. Why? That makes no sense. You know what? I'm gonna take the time to reload. What kind of shots do you have? I'm assuming that that is already my accuracy bonus. Or no, it's not. It's the move twice. I wish you could actually see what these are. I guess I could if I fucking moused over. There we go. Try that. 77% there, Iger. I don't think I need to do that just yet. But you have a terrible shot on all of this. Every little bit helps. We should still have the one coming from back there. I missed. Thank God for that. Really? I thought there was one over here. I guess not. Talk to the strange woman. Well, first I'm going to pick up a med kit. Wait. I think my inventory... Nope, it's empty. Got an empty slot. Okay. So wait here. That's just map nonsense. Okay. So, talking to the strange woman. Not this time. I'll end this one here, and I'll see you next time.